Okay, so what are some of the issues that we have when we testify? And this would be a good opportunity for you to raise your hand, and because there's possibly something I'm forgetting. But in my career, these are some of the things. This serum whole blood ratio. The reason that serum is higher than whole blood is because serum has about 18% more water than blood does. So particularly those of you that are using hospital results, you need to be aware of it. Urine as a specimen. Even some of our own toxicologists are extremely reluctant to analyze a urine sample for alcohol concentration. It seems that for some parts of the statute that it allows, because it's actually in the definition, that if you have 0.08 grams of ethanol per 67 mLs of urine, that could meet some definitions. It's not a good specimen because this assumes a ratio of 0.15 to 1. I think most of the scientific literature on this area will indicate that the ratio is all over the board, and that's not necessarily scientifically supported that we do that. So we're reluctant to do it. We will do it. If you really want to go forward with a urine alcohol, we're more than happy to do the analysis. We do put a disclaimer on our reports that urine ethanol results do not directly reflect blood. We get this occasionally, not so much anymore. Seems to be very popular with some of the northern counties and defense attorneys. They love to bring up this in vitro formation of alcohol, and that alcohol is being created in the test tube. Mr. Ramsell loves this one, I know that. If you've got preservative in there, it ain't going to happen, folks. He likes to make it sound like it happens all the time. It does not happen. The majority of the literature on this subject will indicate that if you do have some kind of microbial contamination, they're consuming the alcohol. If anything, it's going to lower the measured blood alcohol. Okay? And fluoride, which is in the standard gray top tube, is effective at stopping this whole metabolic pathway that leads to ethanol formation. Another thing that has come up in testimony in the past is, well, the administrative rules say that the blood tube has to have the anticoagulant and the preservative, and so many milligrams. Did you test for that? No, we don't. We don't analytically test for it. We do a common sense test for it. And that is, we empirically observe, and we can do that right there on the stand, looking at the blood specimen. If that preservative and anticoagulant is not in that tube, first of all, the top will be blown off, and the blood will have turned green. Clot formation is extremely quick, matter of minutes, and then rotting doesn't happen too much longer after that. So I say if it's not rotted or clotted, those chemicals must be present. And I and any other forensic toxicologist who has any kind of experience with untreated blood tubes will tell you this has a preservative, has an anticoagulant. Otherwise, it'd just be nasty. And we do get nasty samples. If they used a gray top tube, that is assumed in the medical community to mean that the tube has the preservative and anticoagulant. There's a whole rainbow of colors, and all of the colors mean something to the clinical testing labs and to anybody doing any kind of analysis on these. So, because some of the equipment can't tolerate different types of preservatives or anticoagulants. Different analyzers have to have this or that or the other thing. So, if it's a gray top tube, it's got the preservative and anticoagulant. Somewhere under all those labels, it'll actually say that it's in there as well, if for some reason that's not enough.